Hello, hello. Welcome along. Just going to be firing off through some livery stuff this evening. Maybe able to get one, maybe two completely done. So we are in GIMP. It's just a free software that you can use to do all your livery editing. Already spotted a few mistakes on this one, so we will rectify those. So we have the car down here and what it looks like all around. So I'll be able to see any changes that we make. So first of all, let's get in and do some clear up. So this is the spec map. So this is what changes our material type on the top. So as you can see, we've got like a mat all over the car, and then all of the logos, if I can get the light right, we've got this nice bright light coming through, so there's no additional material type on any of the logos, so they pop off the matte finish. Alright, that's enough for looking at the car. Right, so house cleaning. Real quick, and then so we're just going to go around and we're going to get rid of, excuse me, the Alpine Star down here, the old Vortex name from these three panels. To do that, bear with. We just need to, so these are different types of grey that we use. So we need to find the right grey that we used for this, and then we can just come up here, we just paint over it, and that will get rid of it from the spec map, and also the Alpine Stars, because we don't need that on every livery. That's that for the grey. Get the dark grey in. So this is a slightly different shade. I don't know if you can see that on screen, but there's two different shades there, which is why I've got two already done, because there is some ever so slight differences between them. And then we'll just get rid of this vortex. Yeah. Vortex up here. Next along here. Owen, how you doing, mate? Hope you're having a good one. I just thought, why not throw this on while I'm doing it? Whether I'm talking to myself or not gives me something to do. So yeah, that's the spec map all cleaned up for what we need to do. And into decal, no, into sponsors to start with. And then we can just get rid of all the vortex layers. Bit of house cleaning to start us up with, just to keep things nice and simple. So now, as everyone isn't running the Alpine Stars, this can just come up, drop into Owen's little tab, change this into the new one. These motors as well, where are they? So they're in the back, they're staying. Okay, right then, so with the new design, we've got white stripes now, which run along the edge of this blue to break the two colours up slightly. So with the wireframe on, we can see that this green line is the edge of this panel. So as we've got that, what we're going to have to do is come down and find where our bonnet is, which is handily labelled. Thank you for doing that. And just create a new layer. Call this bonnet to spell however. And then up here we've got all our tools, so like our move tool, rectangle select, lasso select, color picker. The main one we're going to use here is the paths tool. and with this selected off, it allows us to create curves. So I'm literally just going to hit there, hit somewhere up here and drag. Then that starts putting the curve in. This is now for what's after, and this is for what's before. So I can use this and just manipulate it round. Pick this up, move it so it kind of looks all right. It's pretty aggressive, that curve. Let's sort that out. So I'll have this nice sweeping line. Doesn't necessarily have to follow the lines that are there. And then we can just click on here, make it so that it's a fixed point. No, it won't be so long. I want to say hi, no, where it is. Got them on Saturday. I'm going to try and get it built and installed before NEC on Saturday. Okay, good luck, mate. All the best. Because me and you both know how awful mounting triples is. You may get it finished, but right, that's a different story. But I suppose if you do it, then and use it, you'll know exactly what you need to adjust. But yeah, thanks for popping in, saying hi. Much appreciated. So going back to this now. So instead of trying to mirror this and doing it all in one piece over the bonnet, you'll notice that I've just come to like the furthest side of the center line. Oops. Make people dizzy. So on the center line, and then we can just connect our dots, ignoring this bit because the green line is our exterior panel. Then we can go layer, no, what? Edit, fill panel, that's the one I'm after. I had a complete mind blank then. You'd think I'd know where everything is. And we can fill that, and that instantly puts the black layer beneath, and because we have this pasted layer, which is the texture, instantly goes on. And then what we'll do is we'll duplicate the layer, we will flip it vertically. That's handy, it's just down there. And then because we put this panel, when we created it, to the far side, we just go to where it's hidden and then go one more, and then this panel is on this side, this panel is on this side, and they should be perfectly aligned without us having to do anything or try and mirror this manually. Then we can merge this down. Then we can alpha to select, so now we've selected it all. Select, grow, we want it to be 5 pixels. Create a new layer, call that one white. Yeah, your track record unboxing and building stuff is well, it's more get the box than unboxing is probably the best way to describe it. And then we'll just fill in the white around here. Now if we just left it like this, when we go to select this layer and go to the spec map, it will select all of this and it will give us a different texture, because we want this white to be just gloss so it stands out. So what we do then, we just alpha the bonnet so we're back to our normal, and then we just cut that out, and then we get this lovely nice line. Put it underneath so any discrepancies are then hidden, and then we can just export this into iRacing Paint, find the car, DB9, find your iRacing number, replace, export, and then turn the wireframe off, make it easy to see, and then bam, we've got our lovely white lines going up. And you can see, because they're in the spec map already, they look more kind of silver than white. So I'll just show you that real quick. So if I select this, come up to the spec map, take it off both layers, and then export this as the spec map. As soon as we've exported it out, they just go to this bright white now, so they don't look silver anymore. So yeah, that's stage 1 complete. Add the white lines. It also gives it a bit more of a free flowing look with this blue coming up and over the front. And then we're just going to go and sort the white out now. So on the white, because it's just all like just blocks, so what we do, again, real simple, patch these down to make it easy. Same as we did before, alpha to select the white, select grow by 5, new layer. This one's going to be called black because that's the color we're doing it. Again, just run all the way around the edge. So we've got this little bit here that we've got to look out for. This is the roof, so we've got to get that in there as well. Get the roof, get all this. We get it all. Again, alpha the white, cut all the black, drop it behind, and then we can just export this as car. And then bam, there's our black line coming all the way up, and same on the other side. Then want to get rid of these vortex symbols, so get rid of both of those. Now we're just white. Then we have our ghost S. This is probably one of my favorite additions. Right, so select none, scale this so that we cover all of our white. That is good enough. Paste that in, duplicate. Just doing that with control shift and D. And then we want to rotate that 180. Oops, moved it. And then come over so that we kind of get similar on this side. So we can see here that the bottom S's are just under it. So these bottom S's are just under it. Merge these into one layer. Select our white. Do another bit of copy pasting. Get rid of the old layer. Grab this, change the opacity down to 15. So makes it very, I wouldn't say difficult to see, but it just blends it in. And then when we export that, I can't get any closer, I don't think. I can't get any closer. I hope you can pick that up. But we've got our S's now in here, which don't look like much, but when you're actually on track and passing the car, these are actually quite visible, which makes it quite nice. Let's just go and have a quick look at what's what. I've got another vortex up here that we need to get rid of. Should be this one. All right, so that's the basics changed. So then, add a new layer group just on the top. Call this whatever you want. For me, it's Sent because I've got bored of writing Sentinel all the time. Get our logo. Just drop this in. Turn the wireframe on for a bit of assistance. So we can go pretty much to these whites. Yeah, because then we've got the fuel cap. I want to pull this in. Get as big as we like. No worries, mate. Enjoy enjoy your evening. And then thanks for popping in again. There, once this is added, obviously this appears on the car. Gives us a bit of space under here, maybe for some more little decals. Just worried if I move this down, everything seems a little bit kind of squashed up, but if I move it down, we'll be into this light. But and give it a go, see what it looks like. So it gives a bit of breathing room between these two. Might be able to get something in down here just to fill the space up a little bit. Very tricky with sponsorship locations. There is a usually handy tool. It's a sponsor blocks. So yeah, this is telling me to drop something in down here. I'll do it. So we've got sync mesh up here. We haven't really got anything else on the side, so let's have a look at adding in another sponsor that we have on some of our cars. This one. No, it's black. That's not going to work. I mean, it's going over two colours, which makes it very, very awkward. Go right. Add in another black layer. Select grow by 3, so it's a little bit tighter. Make sure we select our black layer. Down, select none. The reason I've done it at full sizes, so when we scale it down, it doesn't get all over the place. I don't want to do that. Go layer, scale to, no, wrong one. Where's that one? Crop to content is what I wanted, not scale. And then we just get our letter in. So we'll see how this looks, but it might not look best. But hey, you just throw it on. This is the beauty of it. Throw it on, turn your layer off, drop it on. Yeah, it's not the best look. Kind of, this bit's fine, but then loses in this bit. It's quite hard going from like light to dark in sponsors. We've already got like gridding going on the back. I think mesh isn't gonna work. Motor, but we've got motor at the back. I'm gonna go letter in. Just seems like I'm looking searching for stuff that I don't really need to search for. Yes. Not ideal. Right, anyway, back to what we were doing originally, which is these. So now we've got this one and we're happy with the position of it here. Or are we with this being over the door a little bit? You'll see what it's like. So again, duplicate layer, Control Shift D, or just hit it. Come over here. I'm gonna kind of look. Now that's pretty handy actually. If I do this, move this right down to the bottom of. So using this line to kind of line these up with. Perfect. And then up here, line these up with. So we know that these are in the exact same spot. Or as close as, so you're not going to like it. But so now we've come too low. We've got this distortion on both sides. So that one doesn't work. So let's just go up to this one, down to. Very difficult to get. So on the wireframe, like you can see, we've got this separation here. So like one way around it, just make sure I've got the right one here. You can literally just draw yourself around it. It's gonna be that. Grab this, cut and paste it. Depends on how. And then just go and line that up with the other side. And then when we turn this off and go over here, or else now back to the way it is. But what's difficult is the way the door is and curves into the car, and then you're trying to pull it apart. So yeah, it's just a bit of a tricky one to align. And the only other thing you can do really, let's grab a new one. Do it so these sponsor blocks are quite handy because I've got this pink sort of thing in, so this just want to kind of eyeball the middle and then just bring it in so it covers all of this. So this is where it's saying that this is where it should be, and then we're in. I just find that a bit small, so what I'm going to do is to get it a little bit bigger, and delete everything that we've previously done. If you're not happy with it, then there's no harm in starting again. So we're going to get this down to a relatively nice size, stamp it in, and then we're going to rotate it. Just a little bit of rotation, just so that we can slot it under here. Try and get it all on the door. Then when we get in, so we've freed up this, kind of closed this space off. Okay, we've got a little bit up here, but it's still readable. It's bigger than the sync mesh at the top, which is kind of a must. This is the main kind of focus point of the car. It is low, but there's not a fat lot we can do about it and keep it. So because GIMP does destruction, we've got to then take this back, make a duplicate layer, and then put the rotation back in, move it back to where we wanted it, which was around here, a bit more, about there, perfect. Then we bring in our new one, we then rotate this to 180, the angle in to 15, and then scooch this over the other side. Move this over. So this is the tricky bit now. It's like trying to gauge a distance. So I've got this distance here. We want that to be roughly the same on this side. Then you just come this way a little bit, so that when we export, this one is pretty close to the door edge, and then this one is the same, pretty close to the door edge. So they're in the same place to us, not a problem, and you're never going to see it from both sides at once, so you can kind of get away with it being slightly out. But yeah, getting it as close as we can is always the goal. So happy with where they are. This is how we're looking at the minute. They're definitely the focal point. generally pulls the eye towards this one as opposed to this one. Okay, so banner up here will be this large one. So we'll go and grab our single, throw this in, transform this, pull this in, zoom in. So again, we've got this center line. So you just want to try and get these lines centered as possible. Undo, throw that in, and there we can see. Straight on, not right to the edge, not right to the top, not right to the bottom. It's got a bit of breathing room around it, so that is pretty handy. Dan Kearney, hi. Don't have. Sorry, I'm figuring out where stuff is, and as you can see at the minute, not ideal. How are you doing? So yeah, thanks for popping in. We are just going through basically taking our old team name, putting the new one on, adding some little bits to it. So added the Sentinel. We've got one more to add in at the top here, which will be in the back of the car. So I'll be aiming for like this gap in here. Turn the wireframe on, zip us up. Is it in here? Again, we don't need this massive in here. It's just got to kind of sit right in the middle. So there isn't too bad. Because it can't go dead central on the center line here, because we'll be over here and we don't want it too kind of close. That is it's off center and it does my head in because my OCD kicks in, but I know the reason why. So now we just need to go and find the wings, rear wings down here. Grab our full on the top, name on the bottom. So with the two pieces that look the same, we're just going to drop this in, export it and see which one it goes to. So we're at the top and we're in the right orientation. So then we'll just scale this down. Again, our center line, two centers. Trying to align those as best we can. Export that out, and then we've got it here on the rear wing. So I'm not sure how this looks on the underside. Like some cars you can get away with it, some cars you really can't. So let's just go and have a little look. Yeah, you see how it flares out at the ends? So it'd have to be fairly small. Right, the design looks good, but like, thanks. Like I've done this design for literally every car in iRacing bar a handful, but at the end of the day, like if I turn everything off, like decal wise, so these are like all the layers we've got. Let me just turn all this off. Run through that. It isn't that daunting. Like, so this is what you'd get straight out the box, obviously without the sponsors on. Let me just turn those off as well. Right, so you get something like this out the box, and then hit the wireframe on, and the longer that you kind of look at these, the easier it is to pick parts of the car out without really having to color them in. So everything starts with the base color, and that is just, you get your bucket tool, and let me just fire in so I can, so you get your bucket tool and you just hit the black. All right, export that, and there we go, black, and you can literally pick any car, any color, and just throw it on, export it out. Great, we've started. So let me turn that up. So our base color is our blue. That's the blue. And then the next thing, I add these white bits. So if I turn the wireframe on, all right, this is just a paths tool. Click one point, click one point, click one point, click one point. Fire it around the rest of the car. Do it. Am I still on? Let me just check. Yeah, I'm still on test. So edit, fill path, I'll make it nice and bright. Fill. Why didn't that? That's there. Oh, that's because I'm filling. So there we go. That's the red. Export it. Bang, got the shape. And then once you've done that, you just copy that over to the other side. So once we've got that, we've got our white sides in to our blue. All right, so, and then you're looking at the car and you're like, okay, I've got to get the back end of it done now. So that's where our black comes in. And that again is literally just a go from point A to point B, fire the back in, go around, do this, get another color, edit, fill path, fill. That's now our blue. And you can see how quickly it starts to take shape. And then it's like, okay, so I'm here. This is all the rear end parts. This is the rear bumper, so that needs to be the dark blue now. Front bumper here, that stays green. So we've pretty much done half the car. And if I show you, so done that, done the side black. That's it on the other side. That's all the rear end that I need to do. With the bonnet, I need to do something quickly on the bonnet, bear with me. Right, so that's the bonnet in. Put our white stripe around the outside of it. Roof, don't want that blue, that's going black. So all the parts around the roof are now black. All that there was carbon, done black. So let me come back. We'll go through. So this is how it starts out. Got the white, got the black. And as I say, all the rear end needs to go black. So there's all our rear end now black. To fill it in. Add the bonnet. Add the roof and a few other little bits and pieces. All the carbon, that we did have it all carbon, but as we go through, I'll explain why we went away from that. So that's now all this additional black around the car. And then the number blocks, because as you can see, like around our numbers as nothing. So that's highlighted our number blocks. And then from there, we've just added this texture, which is just effectively grab the sheet of the texture. So I've got a massive sheet of it, and it's just cut and paste. Cut out the colors, drop it in, change the opacity a little bit, and then this is all the patterning on it, all the texture, and then you just fly around with your sponsors, add your own little bit on for your car, add the white in around the bonnet, add the black in. That's our ghost S's in here. Add all the pasted layers on, and then it's done. So it's like, it looks daunting, but once you kind of get your head around the layering system, it's quite fun and rewarding to do. So where are we now? So this is us pretty much. So it's like here on the bonnet, like you see how I've got this cut out, and I bet you if we go onto here, like this part here is untextured. So this is an ideal opportunity. So I'll grab the roof layer, I'll bring in the texture here. I'll literally cut and paste it in and then get rid of it. That's our old one, that's our new one, and then just change the opacity down to 10, and there we are. Get rid of this one, export it out, and then I know that when I go into sort spec maps out, then I can get rid of that. Won't be an issue. So to do that, I'm just going to highlight this roof panel, pick up the light grey, colour these in, get rid of that. Then when we export to car spec, those have now disappeared and it looks all one instead of it being a little bit jumbled. And now I've got all the team sponsors in. Row. So these disappear. Go and get my MR. Take this. Turn the spec map on and just scale this down. Do that big. In there. Oh, that's exported to the wrong channel. Sporters car. This, right, what you're seeing now is all just self-taught, just having a mess around. I started doing it on ACC. Yeah, just started playing around with this. I'm very much against a paywall. So, like, to get Photoshop, paywall. To get a lot of other things, paywall. So, this is free. All the liveries that you can download from iRacing by just downloading the template, and when you get it, it'll literally look like Let's go. So the Corvette C6R. So this is what I look like. Turn the wireframe on. But then it's just like create a new layer group and call it just like test. Open up new one, a new layer. So this is the start of your layering. Base, bucket tool, and just fire colors on. Get your path tool, you know, create some shapes, and then just export it out. It's just doing. And then, I mean, tutorial videos on stuff like how do I get smoother lines, how do I finish a path, how do I do all this, it's all there. But so it's like with the pathing tool up here, like you can just pretty much follow these lines. I'm not going to zoom right in and get real close and technical with it, but you just follow this up, come to the middle line of the car, and then I should say this, once you finish your path and you want to go back to the start, just hold control and that will complete the path. Right click, edit, fill path, because now this is completed. Fill. Right, but when you're going to do that, new layer, and we're going to call that bonnet, edit, fill path, fill. Right, so we've done half there and we're on the center line. Right click, duplicate, right click again, layer, transform, flip. I know I'm flying through this, but it'll always be here. And then you just line these up. And you're like, oh, okay, because I've just gone quickly, usually I'd match this up on the center line. But there we go, we've got a nose now. And then you go, oh, you know what would actually look good? If I carried that on to the roof. You can just paint this. Right, and then, oh, you know what, I don't like this grey anymore. I want to go black. So now we've got the black car, the red roof, the red icon at the front. It's very much just to get in and just don't be scared of it, because you can always then just go into your docs folder and go, right, these are all my save stuff, I don't really like them, I'm just going to delete them, and then re-download my trading paints, whatever you've selected in trading paints. Like the amount of times I've started doing livery stuff and then just gone, you know what, it's just not working for me today, and then just deleted everything. Like spent 2 hours doing something and gone, you know what, it's just not right and I can't see what's wrong with it, and just got rid of it. Like, there's no harm in starting, having a go, because you know, I started this and it's just like basic stuff, like the stuff that I see and I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. But then it's like you look at the stuff that we race with and it doesn't look out of place, or at least to me it doesn't look out of place. It's recognizable, it works on every single car. So it's like, this is the DB9, the M4, GT4, works. Delara F3s, similar, doesn't have all the texturing on, yeah, but similar style concept. The IL-15. So it's just something that's recognizable across multiple different car categories. MX5s, like, and I've just done so many, and they're all the same. Like Merc. Trying to find some other ones like Radical, GTPs. It's the same sort of styling concept, and the car that started it all off, the 499p. This is my first attempt at doing a proper livery in iRacing. So it's like I'd like to go in and change a few bits, but it's the OG. It cannot be touched in terms of base of where we are and what we're doing. But yeah, as you can see here, every single car looks the same. The only thing that's different across all the guys that race it is wing mirror colours, wing end cap colours. It's the same with the Formula cars. They're all done. Dirt oval, don't use it. Dirt road, truck, Subaru, Beetles. There, once you find something and you're like, I've worked on it, I've done that, and then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna go and put this across different cars. It's great when you're out on track, and whatever car you jump into, it's just recognizable. Yeah, 499 was that was the test bed. Did our first Daytona 24. We used the Ferrari, and that's where it all started from. But you can see, like, although it's not quite as prominent, we've still got the diagonal line at the front, the step. Okay, we've got like 2 steps here, goes up the black line which mirrors the rear wing and comes straight down. Yeah, it needs this. I don't think I've touched this actually. This doesn't have all the new textures on it or anything. So yeah, one that slipped through the net. It's got an old sponsor here that we don't run anymore. Old sponsor we don't run anymore. Wheelbase branding is now specific to driver. VRS, we used to use their setups. This has now gone to Grid and Go. No worries. As I say, if you want to have a go, just drop me a DM, and I don't mind sitting and going through a load of stuff. It's fun. I enjoy it, and the more people that get to enjoy it, the better. Because it is good fun. Me. Dropping the last little touch is this. I have forgot one major thing on this. One into the middle. This logo is so weird. It's like you put it on the center line, and we've got no gap here, big gap over there, just the way that it is proportioned. So it's quite a tricky one to navigate through. Yeah. Blew that right into the mic. And then as far as it goes, we are nearly there. Up a little bit, get it out of give it some, didn't need to do that, just duplicate the whole thing, take it off the IM badge, because there is no way that a vehicle that's being sponsored up will cover the brand. Okay, and then that is my iteration complete. Now onto the fun bit, the spec mapping. So you can see we've got one spec map here so far. It has all the cutouts and stuff from the sponsors. So we have put all the new sponsors on one. So that's just dink, dink. It's done. Export that over. And then if you noticed before, I should have pointed out, this was all kind of like silver, and now with the spec map taking it off this kind of grey layer, then it shines through nice and bright, as opposed to being part of the thing. So got to do the black line now. Yeah. Again, across both, because we want that to be nice and glossy. So you can see how the kind of light, I mean, might not on the small camera here, but it yeah, catches the light better, or reflective, that's the words. So now we can see that this black line has encroached onto the roof again. So we go and grab the roof, grab our light grey. Oh, that's clever. Let's just get rid of these in here, and then on the dark grey, get rid of them. So if we go and have a look, yeah, you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's just slightly off in this area. So, and then we've just got rid of them there by doing that. Perfect. So that is the basis of my derivative of this. So now what we've got to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this will be Steve. Too many. That's okay. Add all of these up. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, they are all labelled. So now that. Oh, you know what I didn't do on my specific one? grab, sport, and now the MR is nice and crystal. Right, perfect. So turn me off, put Steve on. Don't know, because Steve has requested a few changes. Instead of that, use that logo. Drop that on the front. Now, so again, learning from last time, we don't want it too low. Again, we are slightly too low, slightly too big. That's fine, doesn't take away from the Dionysia up top. Could probably move up just a little bit. So I have these on the end plates. Just scale these down. Like once the main bulk of it is in, then these just kind of fly together, which is very nice. Perfect. Duplicate it, move it. Bought it. I thought it was upside down. I couldn't quite remember. And that is that one finished. Like once all the busy work at the beginning's all done and dusted, it's fairly quick. What isn't quick is folder management. So that is done. Right, folder management. I won't show you this because it's got other people's iRacing account numbers on, so don't need that. But essentially, it is just take the folder out of the iRacing folder, copy it over both the main car file and the spec map folder. With GIMP, you'll save them all as TGA files and the game will convert it into an MIP file for you. And then it's just a case of grabbing that folder, pasting it into where you are saving it to, and yeah, so on and so forth. But as I say, I don't want to have that because it's the people's account numbers, which just means that when they copy it over, iRacing will pick up that as their new paint, put it in, and that's how you get all the cars looking very nice. Owens now. Much change on Owens. So Owen has the Alpine Star and the Simi Cube for his base. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. That one. Then, as you can see, all that's changed is the green wingtips, different sponsor on the front. Actually, massive the Alpine Star is. Oh well. It'll be fine. Oh, I've left the Sentinel underneath the rear wing. Oh. Oh. That's, that is not the one. So, before we go on, I'll just put Steve's back on. It's not going to affect the spec map. Yeah, this. I think I moved it. Oh. You tell me when it was modified though. 18th. Yeah, this is fine. So because it's not going to affect the spec map file, I can just pull it directly in and not have to worry too much about it. Right, back to Owens. Change that. No more sponsor under there. All looking good. Highlight this. Take what we need from Owens. That's this. And just go and do this quick folder management so I don't forget. So duplicate Owens and Gordon wants this dark blue. We'll throw that in. Get rid of the Simi Cube stuff. Excuse me. And then we will need to add in a VRS. The one thing as well with putting in logos of proper companies and stuff like VRS, I'm sure I got these off the VRS website. I think they're quite like, hey, here's our logos, but if you're going to use them, don't alter them, don't change the color. You know, so you just got to be a bit careful, mindful of what you can and can't do with brand logos, especially like if you are going to run them. Just a courtesy thing. Like they're going, hey, here's our logo, use them. We want to see it on the car and kind of get the whole people are going to use them or get hold of them or trace them or but it's like, here you go, use them, don't abuse them type thing. Perfect. Rename that. For this. Up to here. You know what, like a few pixels here and there, you're never gonna see it. Although now I spotted it, it's gonna bug me, but I am going to leave it. Hopefully I'll forget. I had a right mess of this, haven't I? There we go, that's better. So now Gordon's got the blue. All the sponsorships are popping. No errors on the roof line now. Everything good. Right, more file management. Sorry. But if I don't do it as I'm going through, I'll forget where I am, and when there's over like 50 cars to do, keeping track of where we're at is pretty handy. I think I'd like probably the first or second time I got it all done, I sent the whole kind of paint folders over to the guys. I was like, yeah, I'm done. You know, I'm done everything, nailed it, sure I've got everything right. And there was 3 files or something like that were wrong, and I was like, ah, oh, you're so irritated. But yeah, pretty good. Right, so that is another one done. In our list, I will I'll show you the list that I've got. Let me just put it up real quick. Oh, this is oh, that's confusing me. Why is this still in here? So yeah, 51 items. So 51 to do. And I've done 21 already. So 70 odd cars. I'll have to do 4 to get every single one done, all updated. I've still got cars that I need to put the textures on. But yeah, should be fairly straightforward. Just got to figure out why that folder is incorrect. But anyway, that is going to be it for me. Yeah, been really fun. I will probably do a few more of these as I go through. See if anybody wants any like hints or wants to see us go through. Maybe you want a car done, but not sure how to go about it. Maybe we can get in and do a little kind of session, get you started, and then you can yeah, get going with it yourself. But that is going to be all from me. Thank you very much, and I shall see you all in the next one. Thank you.